Hey guys, Justice from AWOR Soft here, and today I'm going to go through my primary and my secondary. The things that get a lot of attention. Been to different fields, people have taken pictures, asked about it, why paint, things like that, and pretty much I'm going to go through my body, what's in the inside, my secondary, and why I chose pink. We'll go ahead and we'll start off with how I built it real quick. Ultimately, whenever I first got my SMP, it was in a black and tan G&G combat machine. It had a tan lower. It was pretty much like this, except for the pink parts were tan. This is actually the original upper from that initial build, the black and tan combat machine. E-Bike had Femme Fatales on sale for like $100, which is honestly a steal whenever you think about it. Even though it's pink, you could take the gearbox out, use it as a backup. It's still $50 less than a normal one. Or, use spare parts, change out the pink if you didn't want it pink. Who cares? But ultimately, I built it from that, and then I just kind of got, I got bored, and I wanted to do something. I do a secondary hobby. I race BMX, and I have I have a sponsor or whatever, and my bike is pink, my gloves are pink, my goggles are pink, things like that. So I kind of built this after the fact that I do run a pink bike on a professional BMX course. So this is how I came up with it, I guess. It's not your milsim look or your real hardcore airsofter look, but we kind of are. I mean, how we play, we're not necessarily milsim, but we do try. So we'll go ahead and we'll go through from the back all the way up to the front. So like I said, this was initially a Femme Fatale build, and this is pretty much what it looked like whenever it was first built. I had the black upper from the G&G combat machine and the black standard pistol grip, which now I don't. And then I had the Femme Fatale body, which after a while, it's been used quite a bit, so it's got a lot of marks on the back. It's got scratches. The magwell is kind of messed up, and the body just started to look dingy because it's pink, so it's a light color, dirt attracts to it, and you can see it a lot more than you can on a black one. The stock itself is just dirty from cheek sweat, things like that during the summertime. You guys know how it is. Get out there, 100-degree weather, and you're sweating. But this right now is a mix of a FF26 blowback and the black G&G combat machine that I initially started with. So back here, 6-point adjustable stock. I call them a G26 stock, could be wrong, whatever. But 6-point adjustable and locking. The cheek pad on the top is nice and squishy, so you can rest your cheek on it, take a little nap if you're laying out in the field. Locking in position. I keep my FCU and my battery in my pistol grip here. So in the storage part, right here, I run my Allen key to open up my pistol grip and access my battery and FCU. Put it back in place. I never have to worry about going through my bag, where it is, things like that. It sits in place, so as I move, it doesn't rattle or anything like that. We have the anodized pink, which came with the FF26 stock and charging handle, which, as you can tell, it's not hooked on anything. The body, or the shell, is different than the FF26, so the whole spring system on the inside doesn't quite mesh together, and I couldn't figure out a way to make it, sit on top of the gearbox. So it just sits in place. Every now and then, probably like once every 2-3 months, it'll pop off and I'll hear it rattle and I'll pick it up, or I'll catch it before it falls. So it's not too big of a deal. We have our black pistol grip here. It's not the standard. It's got the grooves in it. I like it better with the grooves. I don't have to move my hand. If I go from a down position to an up position, my hand just stays in the same spot. It's really comfortable. I wear full gloves, and it's still pretty comfortable with it. I have the black trigger from the original black combat machine. It's not a speed trigger. It's literally the standard trigger. What I did is on the back of the trigger, I took a eraser from a pencil and cut it up into probably a 2-centimeter bit and super glued it on the back, so then my trigger pull, instead of having to pull all the way back here, I pull maybe half that, so then I that's how I pick off so many rounds in such a quick succession. You can do it with I don't think that you can do it with AGs unless you have the trigger switch on it. But other than that, we have the anodized pink, fire selector, mag switch, and charging handle piece. The bottom is from the FF26. It has the Love G&G with a heart on there, Pink Storm G&G armament. I've always been a G&G fan. It was one of my first guns, and they're good starter guns, especially if you just go with the AEG version. So let's go ahead and flip it over. Pretty much same thing. The EOTech is a replica. It's not a real EOTech. I actually have two of them, which is, here's the other one right here. They're exactly the same. See? I use a kill flash right here, mesh one, and as you can tell, it's been hit quite a few times, so it's saved my sight quite a few different times. On the inside here, we have a limited edition Christmas edition SMP. It's nice and green, as you can see, and they don't make them anymore, so I guess it's kind of hard to find. Right here, or for our hop-up, we have a G&G green bucking, stock, obviously, and a G&G green hop-up. But the thing is it's R-hopped, and the barrel is a 363 precision barrel. So it's 363, 6.01 or 6.02 all the way through the barrel. 363 millimeters long. So even though I run the stock hop-up and stock bucking, it is R-hopped. So I do get good range with the CQB gun. Other than that, we have our pink knockoff rail ladders. They're not mag pull. They're extremely hard to get off, and they're okay to get on. But they're a pain in the ass to get off, so once you put them on, be prepared to leave them on there. The AFG is a knockoff as well, black AFG. I like the AFGs more than I like the verticals, just because it gives you that more, slim feel, I should say. And then we have our stock from the black G&G Comet Machine front sight, and a unknown flashlight that I've had for 2 years. I got it off of a teammate about 2 years ago, and with the pressure switch. As you can see, it's not an LED. What I do is I just run the wire behind my ladders all the way around to the AFG right there. Let's take the barrel condom off. And right here we have a pink suppressor. It says this is not a lipstick and has a female airsofter etched out in pink. Using it for so long, it's got scratched up from hitting it against things. It's got scratches, the works. It's not a bad setup. And for the secondary, we have an HPA tapped Walther PPQ in pink and black with extended mag. This holds 50 rounds. Just your standard Walther PPQ. They come in black, tan, blue, and pink. So there's a couple different colorways, things like that. It's a metal upper and ABS plastic lower with a tack rail. It's a good little pistol. I mean, I don't really run my pistol all that much unless it's an emergency to where my primary goes down. That's why I run dual hose out of my tank, is so that way I don't have to switch from this hose to this one. I can just run them. We were in an operation 2 weeks ago, and I never once loaded my pistol, ever. Which I just kept on forgetting to do because I didn't need it. We were outdoors. I'm not going to pull a pistol on somebody unless my primary goes down. I rarely use it at a CQB place. The only time that I'll use it if I'm out messing around, or if, my primary goes down, if I'm out of ammo, if it's not feeding, something goes on, which rarely ever happens. I've ran the same system for almost a year and a half now. Just changed out the bodies, no problems. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. If you guys want to build your own guns, Evike, Airsoft GI, the major, companies like that, they have Boneyard, they have Clearance, they have things like that, just like, Walmart or Superstore. Go through, take your time, figure out what you want to build and build it. I literally got a full G&G combat machine for $100, brand new, out of the box. Sold the gearbox because I run HPA for $50, so literally $50, and I bought a brand new gun. It's not that hard. This G26 stock alone is $70. and they sell the gun for 100. So I mean, in all reality, their loss is your gain, especially if on your budget. There you go. It's the easiest thing to do. Um, that's pretty much it. So I mean, I hope you guys like this. If you guys want to see more loadouts and things like that, I'm sure I can get some of the other teammates to go ahead and do it. But thanks guys. Like, subscribe, comment, and have a good one.